What's going on, Packers fans? Aaron Nagler here, CheeseheadTV, ready for some live Packers trivia here on the YouTube channel. Welcome to all the regulars who continually show up each and every day. You see a few new faces in the crowd, so I'll give you a brief overview of how the game is played. We'll have 10 questions. You'll have 4 possible answers presented to you on the screen. Just enter your answer into the YouTube chat, but make sure you use a hashtag. If it's one word, you just hashtag the word. If it's 2 words, you just have to hashtag the first word. So if the answer, say, is Brett Favre, just hashtag Brett into the YouTube chat. At the end of the time period, you'll see top 5 fastest correct answers. Throughout the game, we'll have a top 10 leaderboard where we keep track of who the top 10 players are throughout the game. And at the end of the game, the person with the most right, the fastest, will get 24 hours. Well, in case of today, it's 48 hours of bragging rights. That's right. There's no live trivia tomorrow, people. So you get 48 hours of bragging rights until we wrap things up on Friday with the finale of the Season 3 Packers Trivia here at CheeseheadTV. So without further ado, let's get going with the first overall question. What overall pick did the Packers use on Tony Mandrich back in the day? 2nd, 3rd, 1st, or the 6th? Make sure you hashtag 2nd, 3rd, 1st, or 6th. Hashtag 2nd, hashtag 3rd, hashtag 1st, hashtag 6th. What overall pick did the Packers use on Tony Mandrich, the Incredible Bulk? Let me know, folks. Oh, a little more all over the map than I expected it to be. Interesting. All right. Very, very interesting. This music lives with you. It moved your soul. Of course, the answer is Mandrich was the 2nd overall pick in the 1989 draft, forever going down as possibly one of the biggest busts ever. Certainly in the conversation, although Jamarcus Russell may have moved ahead of him in those power rankings at this point in time in history. Let's take a look at who knew what and when did they know it. Joey the Jaguar was all over that. Big B was at 2. Boyan G at 3. Sebastian Fitz at 4. Yesterday's champion Marcus coming in at 5. Tight race already. Let's move on to the second question, which is, who was the Packers' first-round pick in 1996, the year they won their third Super Bowl? Was it Derek Mays, John Michaels, Mike Flanagan, or Ross Verba? Who was the Packers' first-round pick in 96? Derek Mays, John Michaels, Mike Flanagan, or Ross Verba? Your hashtags are Derek, John, Mike, or Ross. Those are your possible answers, folks. Make sure you use that hashtag, put it in the YouTube chat, and away we go. Who was the Packers' first-round pick in 96? Derek Mays, John Michaels, Mike Flanagan, or Ross Verba? Who was it, people? Offensive tackle John Michaels was the 27th overall selection and the Packers' first-round pick prior to their run to Super Bowl glory. Who knew what and when did they know it? Let's take a look. Nick Falk was all over that one. Marcus coming back strong. Kevin at 3. Breeze at 4. Is it Bryce? I'm not quite sure. And Brandon at 5. Moving on to question number 3. Brett Favre won the league MVP award 3 straight times, but shared the award his 3rd time around. Who did he share it with? Steve Young, Barry Sanders, Bruce Smith, or Jerry Rice? Who did Brett Favre share his 3rd league MVP with? Steve Young, Barry Sanders, Bruce Smith, or Jerry Rice? Your hashtags, Steve, Barry, Bruce, and Jerry. Hey, that rhymes. Brett Favre won the league MVP 3 times, but shared the award his 3rd time around. Who did he share it with? Steve Young, Barry Sanders, Bruce Smith, or Jerry Rice? Your hashtag, Steve, Barry, Bruce, and Jerry. It was indeed Barry Sanders. In balloting conducted by the Associated Press, the Green Bay quarterback and the Detroit running back each collected 18 votes from a nationwide panel of 48 sports writers and broadcasters. Who knew what? When did they know it? Let's take a look. Nick Falk came to play today, ladies and gentlemen. Joey the Jaguar at 2, Big B at 3, Brandy Lewis at 4, and Kevin coming in at 5. Let's go on to question number 4. Which Packers player gained infamy, for writing a hit list on his hand towel? Robert Brown, Charles Martin, Alfonso Carricker, or Tim Harris? Your hashtags are Robert, Charles, Alfonso, or Tim. Which Packers player gained infamy for writing a hit list on his hand towel? Robert Brown, Charles Martin, Alfonso Carricker, or Tim Harris? Dark day in Packers history, ladies and gentlemen. But we do not shy away from the dark times. They make us appreciate the light and goodness. Oh, yeah. What we got, people? I love it. Of course, the answer is Charles Martin. During pre-game warm-ups prior to the showdown with the Bears in '86, Martin displayed a white hand towel with a list of 5 Bears offensive players' numbers. Martin wore the towel during the game. He allegedly claimed that it was a hit list. On a third down play, Jim McMahon threw an interception. At least 2 seconds after the play was over, Martin grabbed him from behind and body slammed him shoulder first into the ground. Martin was promptly ejected. Who knew what, and when did they know it? Kevin coming in at 1. Big Daddy Cool Breeze at 2. Boyan G at 3. Big B at 4. Marcus at 5. All right, question number 5. Which former president of the United States was once offered a contract to play for the Packers? JFK, Gerald Ford, Ronald Reagan, or Harry S. Truman? Your hashtags are JFK, Gerald, Ronald, or Harry. Which former president of these United States was once offered a contract to play for the Green Bay Packers? JFK, Gerald Ford, Ronald Reagan, or Harry S. Truman? Hashtags again are JFK, Gerald, Ronald, and Harry. Which former president of these United States was once offered a contract to play for the Packers? Joey. That's great. Oh, so good. The answer, of course, is Gerald Ford, who was indeed offered a contract to play for the Packers and also the Lions in 1935. Instead, he took a job in September of '35 as the boxing coach and assistant varsity football coach at Yale. Ford had a collegiate football career to remember at Michigan, playing center, linebacker, and long snapper. Packers could probably use him right now. Who knew what, and when did they know it? Let's take a look. Brandy knew that one. Nick Falk still hanging in there at 2. Big Daddy Cool Breeze at 3. Boyan G at 4. And Joey the Jaguar at 5. All right, we're halfway through. Let's take a look at our top 10 leaderboard halfway through the game. Big B is at 1, ladies and gentlemen. What is happening? A full 0.3 seconds above Marcus Rim, yesterday's champion. Tom at 3. Sebastian at 4. Bryce at 5. Cody, our own Cody Roadcap at 6. Joey the Jaguar at 7. Boyan G at 8. Nick Falk at 9. Kevin hanging at 10. All right, let's keep moving. Next question. The Main Street Bridge connecting Green Bay's east and west sides was renamed for which Lombardi-era Packer? Was it Ray Nitschke, Jim Ringo, Bart Starr, or Dave Robinson? Your hashtags are Ray, Jim, Bart, or Dave. The Main Street Bridge connecting Green Bay's east and west sides was renamed for which Lombardi-era Packer? Ray Nitschke, Jim Ringo, Bart Starr, or Dave Robinson? Again, those hashtags, they're mighty important. Ray, Jim, Bart, or Dave. Just hashtag that into the YouTube chat, people. Jay Cutler. You guys are on a roll today. I mean, he's a classic Packer. No doubt about it. And the answer, of course, is Ray Nitschke. The Ray Nitschke Memorial Bridge was designed by Parsons Brickenhoff in 1995. It was built in 1998, replacing the old Main Street Bridge that was built in 1923. Who knew what, and when did they know it? Let's take a look. Big B roaring into first place. Tom Whitting Jr. at 2, Nick Falk at 3, Tim's hanging out at 4, Big Daddy Cool Breeze coming in at 5. My next question, number 7. The Packers own the NFL record for most points ever scored in the first half of a game. How many points is it? 42, 49, 52, or 55? The NFL record for most points ever scored in the first half of an NFL game, owned by the Packers. How many points is it? 42, 49, 52, or 55? Those are your hashtags, folks. Have at it. Packers own the NFL record for most points scored ever in the first half of a football game. How many were it? How many points? Let me know. Hashtag it, people. The answer is 49. The Packers routed the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 55-14 at Lambeau Field on October 2nd, 1983. In a game full of big plays on both sides of the ball, Green Bay scored 49 points in the first half, which is still the NFL record for most points scored in any first half. Who knew what? When did they know it? Let's take a look. Brandy Lewis was all over that one. Boyan G at 2, Matt Marshall at 3, Nick Falk at 4, Sebastian Fitz at 5. 3 questions to go. Here comes the next question. When did the Packers stop playing selected home games in the city of Milwaukee? 1994, 1989, 1991, or 1997? When did the Packers stop playing selected home games in the city of Milwaukee? 1994, 1989, 1991, or 1997? Don't forget those hashtags, people. Gotta have them. Hashtags 1994, 1989, 1991, 1997. When did the Packers stop playing selected home games in the city of Milwaukee? The answer, of course, is 1994. The Packers played selected home games in Milwaukee from 1933 to 1994 and used 4 different stadiums until Bob Harlan decided all home games should be played in Green Bay, and thus the gold package was born. Who knew what, and when did they know it? Let's take a look. Kevin was all over that one. Nick Falk at 2, Brandon at 3, Big B at 4, Joey the Jaguar at 5. 2 questions to go. Let's take a peek at that top 10 leaderboard, see where things stand. Tom jumping up to number 1. Breeze Bruise at number 2. Sebastian at 3. Cody coming in hot at 4. Nick Falk at 5. Big B drops all the way to 6. Marcus is at 7. Brandon at 8. Boyan G at 9. Big Daddy Cool Breeze at number 10. 2 questions to go. Let's do it, people. Which team was Dan Devine coaching before he got the head coaching job in Green Bay? Chicago Bears, Missouri Tigers, Minnesota Vikings, or the Georgia Bulldogs? Your hashtag, Chicago, Missouri, Minnesota, or Georgia. Which team was Dan Devine coaching before he got the head coaching job in Green Bay? Chicago, Missouri, Minnesota, Georgia. Those are your hashtags. Which team was Dan Devine coaching before he got the head coaching job in Green Bay? Chicago Bears, Missouri Tigers, Minnesota Vikings, Georgia Bulldogs. Let's see who's got their Dan Devine knowledge on lock. Big Daddy Cool Breeze, you're great. The answer, of course, is the Missouri Tigers. Devine was the coach of the Missouri Tigers prior to taking the Packers job. Devine compiled a 93 37-7 record, and he took Mizzou to 6 bowl games, winning 4 of them. Who knew what, and when did they know it? Let's take a look. Joey the Jaguar was all over that one. Brandon at 2, Jared at 3, Big Daddy Cool Breeze at 4, Kevin at 5. Okay, one last look at the top 10 leaderboard before we get to the final question, see how things have shaken up or shaken out. Tom, Bryce, Sebastian, Cody, and Nick. That's a solid 5 right there. Big B, can he make the jump? Will someone slip up? We'll find out. Here comes the final question. The press box in Lambeau Field is named after which former beat writer? Bud Lee, Bob McGinn, Lee Remmel, or Cliff Crystal? Your hashtags, Bud, Bob, Lee, or Cliff. The press box in Lambeau Field is named after which former beat reporter? Bud Lee, Bob McGinn, Lee Remmel, or Cliff Crystal? Hashtags Bud, Bob, Lee, or Cliff. The press box in Lambeau Field is named after which former beat reporter? Let us know, folks. Use those hashtags. Not the pound sign there. Whoever that is. I can't read your name. Sorry. See what you got, people. The answer, of course, is Lee Remmel. The press box at Lambeau Field is named for Lee Remmel, who reported on the Packers for the Green Bay Press-Gazette and then worked for the team as both Director of Public Relations and team historian. Remmel was inducted into the Packers Hall of Fame on March 30th, 1996, and the press box was dedicated to him during the remodeling of Lambeau in 2003. Who knew what, and when did they know it? Let's take a look. Kevin at 1, Brandy at 2, Brandon at 3, Big B 4, Nick Falk at 5. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's the big reveal. Who gets those bragging rights for 48 hours? Let's take a look. Tom locks it in 0.3 seconds faster than Bryce. Sebastian Fitz at 3, Cody at 4, and Nick Falk at 5. Big B holding strong at 6, Brandon at 7, Marcus, yesterday's champion, at 8, Boyan G at 9, Big Daddy Cool Breeze at 10. Can't thank you guys enough for hanging out and talking Packers and playing some Packers trivia here on the Cheesehead TV YouTube channel. Like I said, no trivia tomorrow. We'll wrap things up here, season 3 of live Packers trivia on Cheesehead TV, Friday afternoon at the normal time of 6 p.m. Eastern. Thank you so much, everybody. Can't thank you guys enough for making Cheesehead TV part of your Packers routine. Please do me a monster favor. Hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and then tell your friends and tell your family, Cheesehead TV. We are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. I'll see you in Packers Daily. Have a good day.